Hey, everybody. Wendy Sellers here, the HR lady. I am here with my co-host, JC.
Yes, you absolutely are. And it's my pleasure to be back. Wendy, you've got a big announcement today, don't you?
I do. Hey, everybody. I have just released a membership program. It's called Insider Access, and it is by yours truly, the HR lady.
That's fantastic. So are we going to get members' jackets with this too? Let me tell you. That sounds exciting.
That's an idea, but probably not because I live in Florida. We don't really use jackets here, but hey, maybe.
Hey, Wendy, you got to answer a couple questions for me real quick. Why did you launch this program, and who's it going to help?
Sure. So I launched the Insider Access membership program because I see training options everywhere. In fact, I'm an expert trainer on several platforms, which are very helpful. But what I don't see, I see training courses here. I see over here, you join this membership and you get forms. Over here, you get policies. Over here, you get something else. You could buy a book on Amazon. And I was like, why can't we just put these all in one spot?
That's a good idea.
Right? So, hey, I'm a small business owner, or I'm a manager in a small business, or I'm a manager in a big business, but I'm new at management, or I'm HR, but I need a little help because I'm handling everything on my own and 5 other roles as well. So I wanted to help not only my clients, but anyone affordably. That's another key thing. I wanted them to be able to go to one-stop shop to say, I need to check out this course. I need a policy on whatever AI use. I need some advice from an expert like Wendy Sellers, the HR lady. Where can I go for all this and actually afford to pay for all this information? So that's basically why I launched it.
Not bad. I'm going to go rapid fire with you. Do you mind?
Sure, go for it.
Because look, I'm juggling a lot already. Will the courses that you're going to teach in these online platforms through the membership only type thing, is it going to teach me the ropes or just add to the chaos? Like, what HR and management topics are going to be covered?
Sure. I'm glad you asked that. My whole point of this Insider Access membership program, specifically with the courses, is to make them short and sweet, impactful with a ton of resources. So no, this is a 90-minute course and you're going to sit here and get a quiz and be tested on it. No, if it only takes me 18 minutes to teach you the topic, then that's what the course is going to be.
All right.
And then you could download the course. You can, download all the handouts, the policies that are associated with it. And then you can also ask me questions because we are going to be doing live Zooms at least twice a month. There'll be group Zooms. As of now, we'll see if that changes in the future, but there'll be group Zooms where we're going to be talking about, hot topics like, the non-compete issue that's going on right now that is ever changing every single day. And so I want to talk about this with these folks that are joined, again, whether they're big businesses, small big businesses, HR members, managers, the small business owners that have no clue that non-competes may actually be illegal. Let's talk about them, give some advice, and then talk about today, what happened in court, in the past week, not what happened 6 years ago, what happened in court now, and how does it affect my life.
Wendy, I've tried Googling HR forms, okay, and I've ended up more confused. Will some of the types of policies and or forms that you might have available, is there anything there through the membership that's going to actually help me, or maybe not?
Yeah, so actually I have a 7-day free trial. And in the 7-day free trial, one of the policies that you're going to be getting, which by the way has been vetted by an employment attorney, is the policy for AI use in the workplace. One of the things, it's a hot topic. And should I allow it? Should I not? And, that's up to you and your company if you're going to allow your workers to use AI or not. But there's other things that we need to worry about. Is that AI attached to my technology systems? And wait a minute, before you do that, employees, you better read this policy and know it has to be vetted by IT or tech support. So things like that. Or, a question that I have on one of my blog posts for the free trial is, can I ever dock a person's pay if they are salaried exempt? Oh, and by the way, JC, in case you didn't know, which you probably do because you're on my podcast and we talked about this, is, there's been salaried amount changes recently. Well, what the heck does that mean? Can I move those people from salary to hourly? And how does that affect my workers? So there's a lot of things that have been going on, I would say, since the pandemic, but even before that, that small business owners, managers, even HR experts are scratching their head going, I need help. I need advice for this.
Wendy, I absolutely love learning. I truly do. But only if there's fresh content. Some of the stuff is old, outdated. You've seen some of those videos out there. I mean, I'm not trying to take a shot here, but come on. How often can I expect to see new stuff? Are you going to keep me on my toes or what?
I'm going to try to keep you on your toes, but you don't have to comply. Like if there's something in there and you're like, you know what, that doesn't affect my workplace, then you skip over it, right?
So how often are you going to do new courses or podcasts? How often are you going to add some new resources?
Every single month, there will be new resources. There's already at least 60 courses loaded over the first 12 months. You'll get 4 with your free trial and then at least 2 courses per month. And I'm saying at least because if you know me, I can't help myself. I like to give things away and help people. But, you know, like I have a course on there on how to use ChatGPT AI. It's only a couple minute course. You don't need to, you know, have a 60-minute or a 90-minute or a 4-hour course on it. Once you figure it out once, you don't need to sit there on this long drawn out program. Other things that unfortunately are relevant are things like active shooter in the workplace. You do need to know a little bit about that, regardless of what your role is. Even if you don't have HR, but if you own a business, you need to know a little bit about that. Things that I love talking about, though, and I love giving advice to is realistic information, realistic cases of giving effective performance and behavior feedback, of how to coach individuals who might not be doing so great in their role at that point in time. And then I make sure that I'm giving tips out the wazoo, tips to foster trust and commitment. Why? Because we have a struggle right now in the United States and the world, really, with attracting and retaining people. And so we need to educate every person who wears the management hat and every person who wears even a little bit of the HR hat. We have to educate everyone on the same exact topic so that we're treating all of our employees in the same manner and we never get accused of discrimination or bias or anything like that.
We all know that trials can sometimes be a hit or miss. So what kind of help am I going to get during this trial period to make sure that this is right for me? What support or resources are available during the 7-day free trial?
Sure. During the 7-day free trial, you still are going to get access to me via a Zoom meeting. So there's 2 monthly Zoom meetings for the group of members because not everybody's gonna be able to attend the same one. And we're going to be talking about whatever's hot literally that week. Like I said, if I was doing it this week, it would be what's going on with the non-compete situation, salaries, the Department of Labor change with salary exemptions, just so much more. And of course, you could always submit your feedback to me confidentially via an online survey that does not ask your name, or just shoot me an email directly. You're also going to have my personal cell phone number as well and my email. So you can at any time as a member, send me a question. And that means being a trial member as well. Then if you do decide to join during the first month or the second month or the third month, by the way, no strings attached. You decide at one point you want to back out. You can do it. Just go to your online platform and say, okay, I'm going to put this membership on hold or back out completely. That's fine. My whole purpose, though, is so that you have less headaches, you have answers, and you go, I didn't know you couldn't do that or that was illegal. And now I know. So now I'm going to stop doing that in my workplace.
All right. Small business. We can't always afford to contract out to someone to do the HR. Sometimes we save up. We do it for 6 months or so. I've got someone who helps cover down on admin. I want them to get trained up accordingly, but I can't afford these big high dollar things out there, right? And we're all wearing a lot of hats in the company. So how is this membership going to make HR less of a headache and more of a well-oiled machine in my small business? How can this membership help improve HR management for what we do?
It's going to be very specific to, not to your industry so much, but you're going to get a lot of information, policies, forms, guidance, so that if your receptionist is the person that is, the in facto HR person, and they're handling the candidates. Well, then that person could tune in and get training on recruiting and attracting and the questions you're not supposed to ask candidates and the reasons why, not just saying, don't ask them this because it's illegal. Here are the laws that are affected. Well, let's face it, JC, most people in business, they don't necessarily want to know the why behind it. They just say, tell me the facts. And that's what the difference is with my training and these other training programs. No offense to them, but a lot of training programs are only there for SHRM credits or HRCI credits or some kind of credit. You take the course and you get a credit. Well, you know what happens half the time? The attendees aren't even listening because they're just there to get the credits. I'm not here to give you credits. The people that I see joining my program aren't necessarily HR certified people. They're people that want to learn about HR. And so they want to know the information now in terms that they can understand.
Right.
That's going to be the difference.
Now, that totally makes sense to me. You've answered all the questions that I have for right now, except for one last one, Wendy.
Sure.
Wendy Sellers, the HR lady. What are the best ways to find you? Where could I go to learn more about this?
Yeah, you can go to thehrlady.net, N-E-T, and that's where you can tune in for 7 days for free. Other words, you could jump in and buy the program for $297 a month. Again, there's no long-term commitment. If you are interested in getting a full year, it's only $2,970, $2,970 a year. And with that, you get a free handbook, an entire handbook that is very short, sweet, to the point, and has been vetted by an employment attorney. So I suggest check it out. Go to thehrlady.net and then drop me a line if you have any questions whatsoever. Wendy at thehrlady.com. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Let me know if you have any specific items that you want covered in the new Insider Access membership program. I'd be more than happy to take your feedback into consideration. And then you could join our podcast and even listen to my audiobooks as well. Take care, everybody. Thanks, JC.